Guys, so today I'm going to be going over LootFiend Idle Dungeons. I wanted to make this video because there's a lot of times where I didn't know what I was doing in this game, and I went to YouTube and was looking up commentary because I like to listen to commentary. It helps me understand better. And I couldn't find anything. So I've gotten to a point in the game where I'm not extremely high, but I've got like 199.12 million power. So any of you guys that are new, this would be the video for you. I'm going to start with the basics. And first I will go to the skills to get the hard part out of the way. So if you're trying to go through MOABs and bosses early game and you want a really solid build for crit, then this would be the build for you. So let's start off with Heavy Slash. So Heavy Slash deals 1 times 67.5% attack as physical damage to enemies within a small area in front. I have, for my rune, I have Resolute, which you can use rune shards to upgrade this rune to make it stronger and to unlock the rune affixes, which is the blue, purple, yellow, and orange. In the beginning, these will be locked. It'll have a lock on them. And the more of this rune shards that you have, you'll be able to upgrade, and then these will unlock. So since I'm doing the crit build, it's you can see here where it says Heavy Slash crit chances 10%. And then you have character crit chances 5%. You get the shields. So that's why I picked that. For my second, on the core, I have Bladestorm, which also has Bladestorm crit chances plus 20%. So anytime these runes activate, if we were to go to my stats here, I have 46.5% crit. But as soon as I get into a fight, if you guys have ever played ESO, you know how when your buffs activate, your crit would jump up from like 46% to like 60% within like 30 seconds, and then it'll drop right back down to, let's use mine for example, 46.5%. That's what that will do. So if I go back here, again, for the second one, I'm using Fiery Rage on Bladestorm, which helps my Bladestorm crit to 20%. It modifies the strike with the weapon only once, dealing 360% physical damage. For control, I have Raz, which is, I'm using the rune Potent. And like I said, these are not going to start off yellow. The way you get this to be like that color is by upgrading. So if you upgrade using rune shards, eventually that will, like I said, unlock. So you can see on this one, the last one's locked because I don't have enough material to upgrade it yet. But I like this rune because it reduces my ultimate by 0.5 seconds per target hit, up to 3 seconds. It applies stacks of vulnerable for 5 seconds to the target's hit. And then my character's final damage is 5%. And then we'll go to my other control skill, which is Rampage. It applies War Cry to all allies, increasing final damage by 25%. So my allies would be your sidekick, which we'll get to that in a second. But I picked Zeal, once again, because the character's crit chance is 5%. You gain Robust while Rampage is active. And then my character's final damage is 5%. And then we'll go to the ultimate, which is Ragnarok. And I chose Ruthless because, again, character's crit 5%, berserk duration extended to 16 seconds, and then a character's crit damage is 20 plus 20%. So while this ultimate is activated, I'm gonna get an extra 20% plus 5% on top of what I have, which was at 46%. My passives, I use Execute, MP, so that's mana per second. So in order to use your skills, what do you need? You need mana. So that's what this is going to help me do. And then I use Ancient Might because we want to be able to use our ultimate as much as possible. So with that, the ultimate cooldown, which is CD, is negative 20%. So it's going to shorten the amount of time that I can use my ultimate. So that's for the skills and the passive. Rune summons. This is right here. That's going to be for the runes that we're talking about. So once you get these, you'll see this is what we were just talking about. If I go back, you'll see now some I can upgrade. So because I summoned some of the runes from right here, the rune summon, now look what's available. I can go ahead and hit upgrade, and it upgrades. Same with this. Now look, this one's ready to advance. See how the color changed? So that's a good prime example for you on that. And then if we go back to skills, if you go, what I recommend you do is you start with the 50 out of 50. So you see crit, add damage, thorn, haste, MP regen, heal and hit, and CD. 50 out of 50. Knock those out first. Don't worry about attack. Don't worry about defense. And don't worry about HP. Worry about all the 50 out of 50s. And then come back up here and start putting all your points into the last 3. That's going to help you out in the long run heavy. So if you... when you play, you run off, I'll go ahead and click it. You play off of Chaos Sight. So you see how I'm running, I'm about to start a lot of damage. You see at the bottom with the purple orbs, it's using it. 245, 244. You can get that. You can get more of that by going to the town, or not town, going to adventure. And you can play the Chaos Ranch, which gives you 280 every fight. You can fight this boss right here, which gives you Animite. So Animite allows you to go to the camp, go to Sidekick, and you can upgrade your Sidekick, or you can recruit your Sidekick with the Animite, which allows you to buy them. That also, that helps out big time. You have gems. We'll get to that in the next video. If you guys are interested in this video, we have artifacts we'll go over. Morphs are the skins that you can have, which is one of the coolest things to make your character look pretty dope. If you want more Chaos Sight besides the dungeons I told you, this right here is Chaos Sights. You can have these little goblins. You can hire more if you need to go and gather. And when they're finished, you'll see right here it says claim. And they'll look, see, all that right there. I ended up getting 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80. So you'll get 80 out of that. That's just from that. That way you can keep on playing the game. There's no wait time. You don't have to wait on the game to reload or refresh and to, you don't have to come back in 2 hours. There's many ways to get Chaos Sight to keep on playing constantly. What I also recommend when it comes to Chaos Sight, when I first started, I put this to 3. I put the battle speed to 2. And in a matter of minutes, I started off with 3,000 Chaos Sight. In a matter of minutes, I was down to like 100 Chaos Sight, which means like I was draining it fast. So I recommend keeping all of this on 1. That way your character can keep going through the Moabs, and then you can go to the boss, which here's the boss here. I'll show you. I haven't been able to pass this boss yet. He's pretty tough, but you can see the damage I'm putting out, 400K. There was like 1 million there for a second I was hitting him for. The buffs, you can see everything's activating. Now watch, here, look at my stats. 61 point, look, see how it went from 61% crit to 46? It's jumping back and forth. Some of those buffs are activating. So every time it activates, I'll go from 46% crit to 61% crit. It's pretty nuts. So this game, I'm going to back out this boss because I most likely won't be able to beat him. Actually, let's see if I can. Let's see if it'll actually beat him. Nope, couldn't beat him. I'm at that stage now where it's just a grind, but it's not a bad grind. You also get your dailies. So you'll get your dailies from here, which I've already claimed. You get like 150, you get 1,000. It'll give you Animite. It'll give you all of that. You get go to quest. You can claim all of this stuff. There's a chat. You can talk to people. You can talk to your guild. You can start a guild. You can recruit. Here's the armor. This is when you promote, it gives you your higher cap. So it'll go to the next level cap of how high your health can go, your attack can go, everything, all that stuff. Here is the tiers of weapons and armor that you can get. So Fabled being the lowest tier and Ancestral 4 being the highest. I think I've gotten to Ancestral 3, which I have mostly Ancestral 1 armor and weapons. Ancestral 2 right there, Ancestral 3 boots. Your wings, like I said, you'll use feathers for that, and then eventually you'll use gold feathers. These you'll have to unlock through events. So yeah, that's the basic for right now. I'm at 200 million. If you guys liked this video and if you thought it was useful, then I will continue to make more commentary. And yeah, you guys have a good one. See you in the next one.